Alright, so last time we played, you guys had entered the forest and had started trekking through, realizing that the rough map that Anexi had drawn wasn't quite as accurate as necessary, and it took all of Brynn's survival and tracking skills to keep you guys going in the right direction. And as you guys were going through the forest, you were, after grilling Kelnozz for a bit, you guys were set upon by a group of mischievous sprites who started playing completely harmless tricks on you until you threatened to burn down the forest.
Whoa, harmless tricks?
At which point they had no choice but to respond.
Below 5,000 gold coins is minor theft? Or is minor
That's right. It's just minor tricks.
Well, harmless, yeah. No one's hurt. But you guys came to an understanding, and the sprites realized that you guys were pretty good after all, despite some of the shadier characters.
Objection.
Is that racist?
Well, it was against Eikooc.
I know.
And after you guys had kind of invoked the names of the humans, they brought you to a old, destroyed elven village deep in the middle of the woods.
Old?
Pardon?
Wouldn't that be unold? Since old starts with a vowel?
Ryan dies temporarily.
What about the E at the end? Is it oldie? Or shoppy?
I don't think so. That's a good question. Maybe Ryan will have a smart answer later.
Maybe.
Where you guys encountered you guys showed up there at night and encountered 3 ghosts who imparted visions upon you, part of their last images before their deaths. And that too came into a bit of an encounter where you guys had to fight off their attempt to possess you. And we basically ended off at the end of the night there with you guys dispelling the ghosts and peace again, kind of returning to the ruins of this village.
Well, that was messed up.
Tharhun has returned to his senses.
The ghost had exited Tharhun, yep.
Does he... Actually, I'll just ask you, Scott. Or maybe ask Bob. What did you see when you were possessed? Like, does he have any recollection of possession? Would he have had other visions, perhaps?
I think I remember Bob saying I could see what was going on and everything, but I couldn't control anything.
Everyone who had a vision from the ghost remembers it clearly, at least for now. But yes, during the actual possession, Tharhun was backseat.
I attacked someone. Didn't I attack someone? Who did I attack?
Me.
You, Ryan? Okay.
Luckily, I was able to dodge your lethargic strike.
Whoa. I'm sure my strike was most
Lethargic. Most
powerful.
Without proficiency.
That's true. Maybe I was holding back, like, in my soul, but, you know.
Yeah, you recognized it was Brandon. You didn't want to go full cleave.
Full, yeah. There was a shrine to Maraganor as well, or a former temple.
So we know this is where Tharhun originated.
Yeah, he was a child here.
And what we saw the humans destroy this place, did we not?
Yep.
It was an elvish town before.
and they were. I'm trying to remember. They were like saying something. Like, do we have any hint of what they were, like, why they were doing it?
Because of the thing that happened in Aberdon, is it called?
Yeah, just the general like elven destruction. But
You can make
But
a
it's-
Arcana or a Religion check. Your choice there.
pull up my character sheet.
So you have a basic understanding that often the way magic can incorporate people's spirits into ghosts is often usually tied to traumatic events or violent deaths.
So this could have been when Maraganor chose Tharhun?
Could be.
We should maybe check out the temple to see if we can, like, I don't want to say cleanse this place, but make the spirits less restless.
I think we've
Or do
put
we
them
just
to
get out of here?
rest, if you know what I mean. I pat my greatsword.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to do some poking around. Investigate this place a little bit more.
Perhaps there is unfinished business Maraganor would like us to complete.
Perhaps there are unfound magical items.
That's the spirit.
Okay, well, if you guys would like to search around, then that's completely doable.
Why don't we go to the temple? I assume it's all like ruined and busted up.
It's basically a pile of rubble, a pile of stone blocks, and it was only through your initial investigation of the area that you had found twisted copper and the emblem of Maraganor.
Dragonborn.
Tharhun, perhaps you could lead us in prayer.
And as Eikooc takes a closer look through it, it's definitely going to be hard to get a deep, thorough investigation without moving a lot of the stones. You don't come up with anything more significant. There are still like fragments of copper metal, but it wouldn't amount to more than, say, 5 gold pieces worth of scrap metal.
Not much. How much here?
Hmm.
A keen observation. What about the scrap metal? Looks to be worth at least 10 gold pieces.
Well, that's just fine. I was hoping for some gleaming magical mage armor of justice.
That would have been nice.
I've
All
heard
the artifacts have been picked clean from this place.
Tharhun, do you recognize any of these houses? Maybe we can find Theron's family's house.
Well, I don't know if it interests me much. I'm here only to fulfill Maraganor's will.
Perhaps there are some legendary items that you could find.
But as I just said, this place seems to have been picked clean of all things of value, most likely by the humans, as they ransacked this place.
Damn humans.
Indeed, justice must be done.
Perhaps we should reconsider our alliance.
Well, I don't think we can blame all humans, but
Hashtag
certainly
not all.
Lord kill all humans.
Burn
But-
salt marsh to the ground.
Certainly that
Ahab. Sorry.
certainly that one guy, hold on, that I'm trying to reference here. You know who I'm talking about. Captain.
Feathersword.
What's that, Bryn?
Captain Feathersword.
What? Who is that?
Friendly
Bryn?
pirate.
I've never heard of that person, Bryn. Is this one of your friends from before I was born?
Oh, I thought he was good friends with you.
In another life, perhaps. But anyhow, this extreme tertiary quest is something we've spent enough time on. Surely we must make haste for that cave, that we may turn back to Cten soon.
That appears to be a most fearsome pirate. Bryn, perhaps from your earlier bounty hunter days.
At least 3/5 of the crowd know who Captain Feathersword is.
How can he cleave anything entwined with that sword?
He cleaves your heart.
An enchanted blade. I see. Mysterious powers. Well. We shall call on him if the need is dire. Anyhow, let us return to the path to this cave that we may complete our secondary quest with most haste.
Very well.
Alright, Bryn. Let your eyes be true and lead us not into yet another tertiary quest.
Famous for tertiary.
No, Bryn, you must look in your heart and find the true path.
I start to take my shirt off.
Kelnozz does as well.
What is this custom that you are engaging in here?
Tharhun, when you want to get
To
the
our
party
heart.
started, you have to lead by example.
But what if we're attacked while in this wood? Your armor has been removed.
If there's anything we've learned about this wood is that there's nothing living in the direct vicinity. So it must be safe.
Fear the dead, Bryn. They can be more dangerous than any living threat.
Indeed.
Not when you can lightning bolt the shit out of them.
Yes, they should fear my wrath, and rightly so. Yeah. Well, have
Yep.
you satiated your search for loot?
I'm good. Lead the way.
All right, onward. Bryn, lead the way. Get us back onto the path of quest finishing. Look, there's this map.
Before we start, can I attune my senses and sense any humanoids and giants within a 5-mile radius.
Okay. So you take a minute to tune yourself in the darkness here, and you can tell that there are no giants in the 5-mile radius, and there are a scattering of about 6 humanoids about a mile south of you, which is like back towards Garden
And are
Hills.
they heading towards us? Or away
They're
from
stationary at the moment.
to us? They're stationary?
Yes.
All right. And is our path is taking us back where we came? I wasn't clear on the go forward plan, other than
Take
get
us.
woods.
Well, you know, since you know exactly where we are,
You're not lost.
you then need to take us to where the cave is.
Oh yes,
Well-
the cave. We got sidetracked on this tertiary quest.
That's true.
And I confidently lead us down the correct path.
Would that vampire know the way to the cave?
We might have to make some promises to him that we will undoubtedly not fulfill.
Actually, never mind. I even suggested that. If I put sight onto a vampire, I will be duty bound to banish him. From
Oh,
this
we can talk to him through the coffin that he's stuck in.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to speak to him
Also,
face to face.
legs. Finley legs the coffin.
Mr. Vampire Man.
Should I pull him out of my hole?
Deep in the hole right now.
All right, I guess I will.
Yeah, let's speak with him.
I guess I'll retrieve Mr. Vampire.
All right.
Bring him forth. What's his... Oh, I have his name here.
Brynn, I think you have the key. That just not to open it, just
Oh,
to commit, just to have it just to have it walk out.
Vampire.
No, you control where it walks.
Ah, yes. Ctenmiir.
Centaurier?
Ctenmiir.
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 Ah, finally you let me out of the dark place.
How would you know that
we're
it's dark?
hoping you can tell us the correct direction.
A vampire always knows. I smell a different air outside of my coffin. Where have you brought me?
Well, we're right where we mean to be, in an old wooded area, near a demolished town, a ghost town, if you will.
Literally.
And we're hoping to get to the cave at...
You are following the map that Nexi drew.
Yes.
I helped him draw this map, you know.
Oh. Most excellent.
I can help you avoid the terrible group of sprites.
Oh, too late for that.
They are very tricksy.
We've managed to navigate our way around said sprites, and we're hoping to find the cave at the foot of the axes of the sky.
So you chase Soti rocks as well.
We do follow Soti rocks.
We're looking for his hideout. See what he's got.
Excellent. I will be your guide.
It's very generous of you.
In return for my freedom when we reach the tunnels. You must use the key to let me go.
Was that your deal with the Nexi?
Yes, it was. And make a insight check. It's hard to get a solid read on him. It seems like a likely lie, but you can't tell from his tone.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys do need to rest before you begin your journey again, because it's in the middle of the night right now. But Brynn, if you'd like to bring the group back closer in the right direction and find a good campsite, then please go ahead with a survival check.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. 21.
All right, you find an excellent campsite. And
It's got pre-made beds, room
pre-made
service.
beds, well nestled away from the main pathways. And the night passes with no further dilemmas. So now it is morning. You guys are fully rested.
Excellent. Can I take a moment and attune my senses to the surroundings and detect humanoids before we sally forth?
All right.
Ctenmiir is still with us, right? I never ordered the...
That's right, yep.
Okay, good.
I'm assuming, I'll just assume he's following your party, so otherwise, just let me know. When you do your concentration, you find that the 6 humanoids are about a mile and a half further away from you now, and there are scatterings, like maybe pockets 1, 2 humanoids scattered out throughout the 5-mile radius in the north and the east, but none that are moving to any significant degree.
Okay, so nothing super...
And nothing within, say, half a mile radius.
Okay. Does it appear like anything's moving towards us?
Depends how long you concentrate there, but...
Well, it's 10 minutes concentrating, so...
You do it for 10 minutes.
Half an idea.
Yeah. Then they just kind of wander around in the little area.
Okay. Well, shall we pack our bags and sally forth?
Very well. Let us proceed to the Stony Foothills.
If you have passed the Elven village, then we are about halfway there.
We have passed the Elven village.
Can you tell us much
exactly
about
where we are?
Can you tell us about the Elven village?
I can tell you some things of the Elven village. I had been there 100 years ago.
Was it human at the time? Rather, was it human settlement?
Of course not. The elves have lived there for centuries, perhaps for eons. The Brightwood, they called it.
I see.
And what did you see in the Brightwood village?
Well, it was reduced to rubble. .
Hmm.
It is a cursed place now.
This is like many elven towns after the siege of fiends. The humans did not suffer many to live.
It's very sad.
Were I to be released, I would seek justice to these terrible humans. Eh?
Would you have met a Would you have met a young child named Tharhun?
Ah, Ctenmiir does not meet young children in elven villages.
Hmm.
I was not welcome there. The rangers were always keen to keep creatures such as me out.
They must have had good reason then.
Vampire prejudice! Something I'm sure none of you are guilty of. Eh? Hey, I'm getting a crick in my neck. How about we forget about this coffin thing, since we're all buddies now?
We are not quite ready to release you yet. But if the things that you say are true, perhaps we will reconsider it.
You will see that Ctenmiir never lies. Stay on this path, and soon we will come to a bridge.
How do you remember every detail of this place?
Well, as a vampire, my mind is much more powerful than the poor mortals can even comprehend. You cannot imagine what centuries of knowledge can do to you. The power it can give you.
I see.
That's
Well,
right.
we're glad you're able to help us.
Ctenmiir has helped many. Perhaps some will one day help Ctenmiir.
Just out of curiosity, how long have you been in that box for?
I have been in this box for 200 years. Make a insight check with advantage.
Advantage. Set. Oof.
He seems to be telling you the honest truth.
I believe him, guys. Well, let us press forward. I've derailed our mission enough. Lead the way, Brynn.
And I begin to lead the way.
Okay, let's have a survival check from yourself as you lead the group on.
Led you right into a trap.
Sure did.
So what actually happens is Brynn sets off and with the group, and after about an hour, kind of blindsiding Brynn, a massive storm pulls in, and the path becomes so slick with water and all the brush and fallen leaves, and the wind starts picking up, threatening to blow over some certain trees that you guys have to stop, and you're delayed for a significant amount of time on your travels. And then it isn't until about 3/4 of the day that you guys get close and you can see, or rather you can hear, a distant rumbling of water. And you see at the peripheral of your horizon there that there's up above, or upcoming rather, a wooden bridge suspended by ropes.
Well, this looks precarious.
What does it look like?
A wooden bridge suspended by ropes.
Yes, the elves here have built strong bridges out of rope and timber. I am sure it will be very stable and strong.
Does it look stable and strong?
Make a perception check. Everyone can make a perception check.
Also, follow-up question: how heavy is this dude with his like mechanical legs and everything?
Oh, he's going back in the hole.
Oh yeah, good point. But we could say it's for his own protection.
Oh, perception. Sorry, wrong thing. Oh yeah, mad perception.
I chose persuasion. God damn. It starts with a P.
Still a
Close.
pretty good roll. Okay, well, the bridge is definitely not stable or well maintained to everyone who rolled. The wood is definitely faded and gray, and although it doesn't look rotted, it just doesn't look well maintained, and there's certainly some level of nervousness to be had about this bridge.
Well, I can get 2 of you across. The third will have to figure it out. Ctenmiir, back in the hole.
Wait, why?
We're gonna get across this bridge safely, and
Very sketchy
Your-
looking bridge.
construct is quite
but
heavy.
you see that I have told you the truth. Now is the perfect time to let me out, and I will just simply fly across the bridge.
Sounds like a great idea. Brynn, I put the hole out.
Ctenmiir, we must put you back in the hole for now. And I command the key to put him back in the hole.
Okay, well, I'll see you in like 5 minutes, right? See you soon.
Yep. See you soon. Okay, so here's what I got, guys. I can cast Dimensional Door and teleport myself and one of us with me to the other side.
Is there
Cool.
my next question for you, Eikooc, is there breathing room in this hole?
I was wondering the same thing.
Stops us from
There isn't.
Oh, okay. Wow, that would be a problem.
How long can I hold my breath in there?
Yeah, what happens if they jump in, hold their breath, and then I pull them back out?
We'd have to check the rules, but I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of holding your breath. So that would be Constitution, a minute plus your Constitution modifier, I believe is how it works.
I can get you across in a second. We can run a quick test on this side without going across. Kelnozz, jump in the hole and then we'll pull you back out. We'll only leave you in there for about 5 seconds.
I'll need a stiff drink for courage, but certainly.
Out comes his corpse.
Do I have my flask? Yeah, I still have some wine. Didn't we get some like fancy ass wine?
Maybe we should try with Bims.
Bims has been through enough trauma, I think.
I'm gonna try with the human test or a
I'm
drow
going
test
for
subject
it.
first.
Hold my wine, Brynn. I hand him my flask.
I take a swig from his glass.
I nod.
Oh, you know what? I'm just reading the rules here on the portable hole. It says a breathing creature with a closed portable hole can survive up to 10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow!
And then it starts to suffocate.
All right, guys.
Don't worry, Ctenmiir, we are coming in with you. Regale us as we cross this bridge together.
All right. Everybody in the hole.
How many people can fit in this hole?
It's a 10-foot hole.
Are the stinking pelts still in there?
Oh,
Or
most definitely.
Has anyone cleaned out this hole recently?
It has not been power washed in some time.
How do you power wash this thing?
I'm going to say 10-foot hole.
One of you might have to hold the other one as you carry them in your arms as you go in.
That doesn't really stop the number or like the space we take up.
It just keeps you nice and tight. It's not like you're fighting in there. You don't need full 5 feet.
Tharhun, hold me.
I'm hopping in.
There's 3 of you, I guess. I'd say it's very tight fit, but it's gonna you can't all fit with Ctenmiir.
Okay. And so once they're all in,
Nah. Make a wisdom saving throw.
what are you talking about?
Make a wisdom saving throw. After everyone gets in, you close up the hole. Make a wisdom saving throw. You hear sound of something singing.
Oh god.
Oh,
You better not fail this.
that's not that good.
You feel this song draw you, and you become charmed.
Oh fuck.
Sure is dark in this hole. Yuck will have this out in a moment, I'm sure.
No doubt he will.
Okay, so on your turn, you are going to be drawn to the sound of the voice, which seems to be coming from the cliff's edge. What is your
boy.
speed?
30.
3, 4, 5, 6.
The day Borbs murdered the whole party. Go ahead.
All right, you feel a magical compulsion from the song to just walk off the edge. You get to make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh my fucking god. Oh thank god.
Take that, Bob.
Okay, you like the feeling of, well, I'm not gonna walk over this this edge. Helps you snap out of this, and the magical compulsion stops. And after a heartbeat, you hear a screech. Roll initiative.
What?
Oh, that's
Get
pretty
some
good.
kind of banshee.
I don't know if I can survive one turn against a foe all by myself.
Throw the bag at him.
You see at your feet there are bones on the edge of the cliff here, and as your eyes follow down, you can see ledges. With your passive perception, you can see ledges here and with more bones, and it seems like there's some kind of caves along the edge, along the edge of the cliff here. and 2 harpies fly out. So initiative. We'll have everyone roll initiative just to make it a bit easier.
You're gonna get us out of this bag, right?
We'll see.
Oh boy.
All right. So Eikooc, you do get to go first.
Okay.
These 2 harpies like fly up and they're probably like 10 feet below the edge.
Okay. I'm going to run back to the bag. Run back to the hole, kind of thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to then grab it and cast that dimensional door to take us to the other side. And as far to the other side as I can see, giving us lots of range and time to prepare for these harpies. So 500 feet if I can get it.
What's the range on it? Oh, 500. Gotcha.
Yeah. See pretty far.
Bob is frantically looking up ways of fucking this up right now.
Oh yeah.
Well, obviously haven't planned out 500 feet around this area. So I am going to say you're going to go to the edge of the map.
Go into the grasslands.
There's
on the
a
other side.
cluster of trees.
I'm really just trying to buy. Honestly, if I'm really hoping that I can just buy myself time to get everyone out of the bag, and incoming harpies. Basically, that's the goal of being 500 feet away. So if we can achieve that, then I will be very satisfied.
So you dash over to the bag, grab it, cast a spell, and go right to the edge of the trees that you can see here. And as you pop into existence and turn back, you can see more of the cliff here, and there are several more harpies that were waiting to ambush people who would come across this bridge. So.
But now I have a surprise round because they weren't expecting that. Really just trying to buy time.
Okay, well, these guys are going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 40, 45. 6, 7, 8. All right. A couple harpies fly up from the cliff edge that's closest to you, and they're gonna have to fly 30 feet up to get just to the edge of the cliff, and then 10 feet to get there, and that's with their dash. They're getting to the top. 10, 15, 20. 8. Okay, that is their turn. So let me just fix the order here. So I guess it's basically your turn again, Eikooc.
Okay, so for the hole, do I have to pull them out, or can they get out on their own, or how?
Well, they have to get out on their own. but you have to use an action to unfold the hole.
Okay, well, I will certainly use an action to unfold the hole.
You'd always
guess
dimension door again.
Yeah, I could. That's true. That's not a bad idea. That was very true because they seem to only be able to go, well, 80, I guess, but that would give me 5 turns. I guess how far can I see to the south of me? You said it's forest, so probably not very far.
You can see. It's hard to tell how far you can see because you can see gaps through the trees, and the path is very rough. It's not like a wide road, but you could probably get a few 100 feet away.
Okay, a few 100 feet would be enough to pull some people out. So that is a very good point. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do a second dimension door jump.
Okay.
Nice.
You kind of do a wild jump, and you poof into a very small forest clearing. And although you do hear the screeching, after a few minutes, you don't hear the harpies getting any closer.
Oh. Alright. I get everybody out in those few minutes, obviously.
Oop. Press the wrong button. Alright, well, everyone can get out, and the harpies don't seem to follow you.
And that's the best dwarven ale I ever drank.
Well, that was a
yuck.
completely uneventful trip. I hope that was comfortable for you guys. Sorry it took a few moments longer.
Yeah, what took you so long?
12 or 18 additional seconds. Plus a couple minutes.
Yuck, you look a bit sweaty.
Yeah, well, traveling through dimensional doors can be quite tiresome, quite tiring. Tiring. Let's never go to that bridge again. Yeah, it's infested with harpies. It's completely infested with harpies. I defeated them all, of course, but let's never go there again.
Very well.
This forest knew the poison of the demonic fiendish energy coming from Abaddon. I would not be surprised if we found more monstrosities within its wood.
Do you know if there's a safe path to go? Or are we bound to run into...
Well, you have the map that has the path that I told to Anexi. I cannot say how safe it is since I have been stuck in here. Perhaps.
Did you travel up here with Anexi?
No. Anexi. Anexi was preparing to travel through these woods. He was seeking my help and my great knowledge.
Would he have survived these perils that we've met so far?
He would not go alone. He was planning to go with a party. He was going to hire some adventurers. But we did not complete our research. I have so much more to say.
Oh, back in the hole.
That would be a mistake. Ah, without me, you almost got killed by harpies.
You told us the bridge was safe and to go onto it.
Ah,
Uh,
I said the bridge was built by elves, and that they build good bridges. I can't
We
see
didn't
through
know.
this coffin, you know.
I suppose the harpies were not there 200 years ago when you were familiar with this place. Harpies, yeah, that's what I said.
More likely, the harpies are the twisted demonic remnants of the elves who built this bridge. I sense vampire prejudice in you, Eikooc. I'm glad that you do not hold my key.
Hmm.
Well, let
All
us continue on.
Yep.
Another near-death experience.
That was freaking scary.
Added to our list of great accomplishments and heroic feats.
Yep. The one-man escape artist.
Yeah.
The whole friggin' party in a hole.
Maybe in the future, to be safe, we'll never like have one person be solo.
It's never backfired for us in the past.
It's funny because I could have teleported two of us like together, so like we could have kept one person out.
You were one dice roll away from walking off the edge of a cliff, so.
Oh man.
Would you have just killed us all, Bob?
No, because I guess you guys were on the ground, right? So, like,
Yeah, they would have suffocated in 10
they would have
minutes.
suffocated. Yeah. Well, you can. You can use your strength check to get out of the portal hole.
I see.
Yeah. Now, maybe if Kevin didn't clearly say he put it on the ground, you just all go down into the.
Full
I guess
party
it doesn't
kill.
really make that much of a difference. You just strength check at the bottom.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned party way.
Yeah, that was nerve-wracking.
Let us continue.
All right. So now we're in some demonic woods. I guess. Is there anything different looking about these woods?
Nope. The woods still have an old look to them. It's an very overgrown look to the forest. Make a history check, though.
I got mad history.
There you go. So, with the Ctenmiir reference, there is a pretty well-known consequence of when the demons kind of took over Aberdawn and opened up like a portal to the Hell Realm there. And like the forests throughout the western provinces went rampant with demons and fiends, most of which were dealt with and cleaned up by the Royal Mage Army as it took back Aberdawn. So it's not a demonic forest so much, but especially in the western province, there are remnants and traces of the demonic influence that went through the forest there about like 200 years ago is when that would have happened roughly.
Nice.
All right, you guys are going to continue on your path then?
I guess what time is it now?
It's still about 3/4 of the way through the day.
Yeah. Barrel forward, I guess.
Let's do it.
Barrel forward with great caution.
Oh yeah, super caution, but barreling nonetheless.
Okay, well, if Brynn is going to lead the way, then please make a survival check, please.
Only Bryn or for all of us?
Only Brynn, because he's leading you guys through the
Cool.
through the forest here.
You're doing a bang up job, might I add.
Bryn's like the captain of the land.
I know exactly where we are.
Okay, so you do manage to make good time to make up a little bit of the time that you lost earlier today when the storm had passed. And you managed to bring the group in the right direction for another few hours before you start to make camp. And during the time that you make camp, you notice that the first campsite that you kind of looked and decided to set up for, you notice that there are Etten tracks that seem fairly fresh.
Etten, you said?
That's right. Are you familiar with Ettens?
Yeah, do we know what that
Or
is?
Ryan the person?
Oh, like Ettin. I was spelling it differently. Yeah, it's kind of like a giant.
Yes. Yeah, that's why you're able to be fairly certain what it is as you see it. You see that there are
Usually,
fairly distinctive Etten tracks.
Etten's a foot. They would count as giants, no?
Yes.
Like in general?
Yes. Yeah. That's why you're able to do it, because they're your favorite enemy.
Okay. Can I give these tracks a sniff and maybe attune my senses to see how close they may be, or if we're following them, or they trotted through here a while ago?
You attune your senses, and you detect that there are 3 giant folk nearby, and they're about half a mile away.
And are they moving towards us or away from us?
They're not moving towards you. They seem to be kind of wandering around in the area.
These Etten tracks are quite fresh. They are only half a mile over yonder. Are they between us and our objective?
Not directly, no.
Not directly? Okay. We should proceed with caution.
Well, you were coming up with a campsite for the end of the night.
Ah, yes, the
Yeah.
campsite. We should proceed to prepare a campsite with caution.
Are these are the 3 Etten? I guess I'm asking Bryn. Are the 3 Etten together or separate?
They appear to be together. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Make wild assumptions. Yes, it seems to be a group, perhaps a family, a couple of Etten bros. You never know. In these dark woods.
Would it behoove us to
It always
smite? Would it behoove us to hunt them before we camp for the night, rather than let them come upon us, since we know they're in the area?
Another side quest, perhaps?
These are evil creatures.
Indeed.
Cool.
How many run-ins have you had with Etten? I myself have battled them many a time, and they can be a fierce foe.
I've only read about them in books.
Well, that book knowledge won't do you much good when you're clobbered by a cudgel the size of a tree.
You know what else I read in books? Fireball.
Ah, well. There's when you mentioned that book seems fairly useful, but the old Etten epidemiology book, I don't know if you're gonna get much out of that. I would leave it to our captain. I'm happy to go on a hunt.
Hey,
Sure.
you're the captain of the land.
Oh, the land. Okay. So never a first mate, but suddenly made captain when we need to fight Etten.
Listen, you're leading this group. You
Yeah, you're
are
our guide.
Mr. Survival here.
Well, we certainly could hunt them down.
Being your favorite enemy, seem very
I'm a little resistant because they could pose a challenge, but I'm always up for a good Etten massacre.
I
I just hope you're well prepared for any hijinks the forest might throw our way.
I I just wouldn't want them to come upon us in the middle of the night, and if we get to fight on our terms versus their terms.
Like
This is
a
true.
futuristic chainsaw.
Brynn, can I ask your personal history with Ettins? Or do you just hate all generals, all giants in general?
Giants had a part in murdering my family. And if there's anything I've learned, it's that family murderers are not good people.
Hmm. You are wiser than you know, Brynn.
Take that, Kelnozz.
Well,
Did you mention something about slaughtering your whole family? Sometime, there's demons. It got a little vague there.
my family was mercilessly killed.
By Etten?
Not by Ettin, no.
Well,
Perhaps that would have been a less
And colder.
Etten
brutal death.
waste to my previous small township, and I lost many extended family members to various types of giants. They used to use us as snack food on their way up the mountain. It was quite awful. We really should have moved, but we stuck it out, and I'm the only one left.
Well, let us kill these giant creatures. Perhaps I can.
They leave monstrous footprints, so they should be easy to follow into the wood. How is it dark though? Like, is it nighttime? Are we hunting Ettins at night?
I'd say it's more like dusk at this point.
Dusk. Okay. At only half a mile, we should get there fairly quickly. Hopefully, still with some light left. It's hard to see a
Tharhun
tree
will-
being swung at you amongst the trees.
Will you join us in our hunt?
Who did you ask?
I was just asking if Tharhun would join us as well.
Very well. I will partake in this custom of yours.
Ah, the
Hunt
drinking
the-
cup.
Hunt the hunter.
And if you guys are going to track down these Ettins, then whoever's going to be leading the hunt needs to make a survival check.
Ooh, I'm gonna definitely lead that hunt.
And Ryan, this is a good opportunity for you to be familiar with your own rules.
Nope.
Ryan
ahead.
refuses.
Goddamn.
What specific rules do I need to be familiar with? Just
Well,
like the giants and stuff?
yeah, either how greater favorite enemy interacts with your skills and such.
Ah, yes. So we're tracking them. So I actually have advantage on this particular survival check.
Yes. Go ahead and roll it.
Nice.
I did know that. I just thought I'd help
Just
you remember.
rub it in, make me read the roll.
It's a teaching moment.
Teaching moment. Sound just like my boss at work. Oh, this is a teaching moment.
Just write it down.
Resetting.
Alright, so survival whenever you're ready. At advantage.
Survival advantage. Here we go. 14.
Alright, 14. If the intent is for everyone to sneak up on them, then I'd like everyone to roll stealth checks, please.
Yeah, I think we
Here
should
we go.
hunt them stealthfully.
Stealth check?
Come on, Brynn. Critical success. Not bad.
20. Just a 20. Plus 7. So
Got killed that with a 19 plus 0.
Yeah.
Alright, so Brynn is able to guide you guys through the darkening forest towards the group of Ettins. And despite Eikooc loud crunching through some of the twigs, you seem to be able to approach what seems to be a small camp, and you can smell roasting mutton as you get closer. And you hear one say, "Alright, pipe down, you 5. I wasn't done spiking." And of course, only those of you who speak giant can understand that.
I understood that.
Me too.
Yep, I knew there was a couple of you.
He did it. No, he did it.
We did it.
And you hear them start to argue about who's going to get what parts of the sheep they have here. So if you guys want, you can roll initiative and get a surprise round off. Unless you're going to try something more untraditional.
Let's do it. Surprise round.
Yeah.
So you know what? Actually, I'll put us on a better map here.
Ah, this is familiar. Look at this fire still built here. What a roaring flame.
This time we're the ones doing the ambushing.
Oh! We're not getting bird struck.
Or drow
Yeah, that
ambushed.
fire's big.
Yeah.
Oh, big Ettins require big fire. Ooh, just the red part of the fire moved. A little confusing. Oh god, now the brown part. Just too many objects. There we go.
All right, nice. All right, you guys rolled your initiatives.
Don't think I have yet. Let me see here.
Oh, did mine not count? What the hell? I keep.
Think we have a surprise round. Oh my god.
God.
Wow.
I'm busy focusing on staying quiet.
Yep. Surprise round is the only thing that's going to save us here.
Okay, so I'll say you guys can get probably about 20 feet away in the brush. So, yeah, it's about right. You guys can put yourself in whatever kind of marching order you guys are in. Brynn's got to be in the front row, though, because he was leading. But you guys can share the
catch up with
rows,
the rest of
or
the group.
Kelnozz is off to the way off to the left.
I'm back.
There. So is the plans here just guns blazing? We're murdering these while we're hunting them, right?
Yeah, we get one surprise round here.
Murder them up. Do as much damage in the surprise round as you can.
Better make it count then. So I'm gonna take position on this kind of on/behind this rock, and I've got a pretty clear shot at the one over here near the road.
if you're gonna move, then make a stealth check, please.
Oh. Well, I'm about to attack him anyways. Would it cancel the surprise round if he sees me?
Not really, and he hasn't taken an action yet. So even though you wouldn't be hidden, you're still gonna get advantage. But
Okay. Well, for the sake of not moving and risking it, I'll just stay in the same spot then. I'm essentially in the same area.
okay,
And maybe I'll fire at this one instead. But first, I'm going to silently hit him with a 100 mark. Little insignia appears or something along those lines.
Crosshair on his forehead.
Crosshair on his forehead.
Red dot.
And then
Sniper scope.
the old trusty bow staff on bow mode, of course. Man. 22.
well, 22 is definitely a hit.
6 plus 3 plus 4. So 13.
All right, the Eden cries out in both voices. Ah! An arrow! What?
Obviously, the other ones aren't within 5 feet, so I can't use my Horde Breaker, but I will launch a second attack. Ooh, I'm going to use a luck point on that second attack before you tell me whether an 11 hits, because 19 should hopefully hit.
Next time you use a luck point, just roll 1d20. Because you just took advantage on your luck roll, too.
Oh, that's true.
But
Well.
we'll take it.
We'll take it. That's what I like to hear.
So take the damage.
So 12 plus
7.
6
Oh.
plus
See
4.
how it is, okay?
That is like maximum damage almost. That's 1 under maximum
Oh,
damage.
man, 22 damage.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Alright, so that creature is looking very angry, bewildered, and hurt. And the Ents all scramble for their weapons. Continuing the surprise round, go ahead, Tharhun. Sorry, unless Ryan has anything else.
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Kind of make my way out in front here. Cast Bless. I'll bless myself, Brynn, and Kelnozz.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So copper light briefly glows around the three people as Tharhun murmurs a prayer.
Oh, I like the flex icon. Nice.
Oh yeah, flex is better than lightning for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we need the flex icon. No god, I didn't take off the other one.
Anything else, Tharhun?
No.
All right, Kelnozz, you're up.
All right, I'm going to use my movement to move 30 feet forward. Use my bonus action to turn my sword on. And I'll use my actual action to Fairy Fire. I guess. What am I going to do this on? I guess I'll do it on the closest guy, this one. So it's a dexterity save DC 15.
Okay. On that one guy.
Well, he's at the center. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just center it in the middle? Fuck.
So it's a 20-foot square, right?
Yeah, so it should hit all of them.
But, hold on just a second.
Dex.
That's a 20-foot square, right? I'm not misseeing that.
That is a 20-foot square.
Yes.
Is that how you're positioning it, or?
I'll position it in a way that gets all three of them.
Yeah, you gotta get all of them.
There we go.
Okay.
AoE damage.
I'm just gonna put that guy fully in his squares there. All right, so some dex saves coming up. Spoiler alert: they're not great at that. DC 15, so going starting on the left with the hunter's mark, going clockwise. Fail, fail. They all get fairy fired.
That will
As-
come in handy.
Pale blue light surrounds them.
Take that. And that's the end of my turn. I've done all of the things that I could possibly do.
Dex saves, please.
Same order.
Oh, you made one.
Alright, so 26 to that one. And 13 to the top one. And 26 to the one on the right here. As the fireball erupts, the ends are caught by surprise and blown back. Their dirty, greasy hair singed off in places. Alright. Now start of the first round. Go ahead, Brynn.
Oh, they got a 3.
All right, I'm gonna fire at the same one with my bow. The 19
19 hits.
for 8 plus 4 plus 4, so 16. Hit him
All
with
right.
the-
This end is just scrambling to his feet, getting his weapons ready. He has like 4 arrows and burn singe marks all over his body. He looks extremely bloodied and angry, but is still standing.
Uh-huh.
Remember, you have advantage on this guy.
Oh yeah, got plus 4 to hit as well, or plus a D4 from bless. That doesn't do extra damage though, right?
No, it
Nope.
doesn't.
All Alright. My next order of business is going to be another attack. Do, 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 do. Is the bless just continuous?
As
Like I
long
get the
as
D-
Tharhun concentrates on it, then yes.
Yeah, I think it's 10 minutes or something.
it's not like the hard one where it's like single use.
No, it's continuous. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's only D4 that's the trade-off.
Slash 1d4. Ooh, 15.
All right, you feel Moraganor's blessing guide your arrow and manage to hit the end.
Ooh, that's not a great hit. 6 plus 5 plus 4, 15 damage.
That end, his legs shake and he crumbles to the ground.
Ooh, nice. Wow, you giant beast.
Anything else before Tharhun's turn?
Nope. Tharhun may take its turn now.
Okay. I will move over here. And I will do some heavy -5 attacks against this Eden. But I do have Bless, and I do have advantage.
Go for it.
Oh,
So,
Roll your bless.
that. Oh yeah.
30.
Wow.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah.
I can roll the 2. I guess I should try. Do more damage. Oh yeah. So +3, so 13, 23 damage.
Nice.
Holy shit.
I will try that again. 19, 1d4, only an extra 1, so 20.
Yeah, you hit.
-5 or
Yeah, 20 -5 actually, that's true.
Yeah, you hit.
Great sword, can't modify the roll, so it's 12 plus 10. Yeah, 22.
Jeez.
Solid damage.
All right.
55 damage.
Tharhun just comes up and starts slicing into this edge with his great sword. You have Kelnozz.
Alright, I will be moving 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to stand next to Tharhun. And I swing at this dude with my blade of fire. With advantage. Hiya!
Okay, go ahead. Roll damage.
9 slashing plus 8 fire. Yeah.
With a quick
Is he still up?
flash of your blade, the Etten falls to the down to the ground.
Ooh.
holy shit.
What an epic strike, Kelnozz.
Thank you,
Too bad
Brynn.
Tharhun couldn't do that much damage.
Oh. He loosened him up for me.
Like a crusty pickle jar.
Amazing.
Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm still concentrating on the fairy fire.
All right, on the Etten's turn, he goes, John, Jacob, Jeremiah, Joseph. Come on, Ian, we gotta leave. And he starts running away. So he's gonna take an 80-foot dash here.
Whoa.
He just books it.
Out of there.
You gonna take that, Brent?
Maximum speed.
No way.
It's up to you, Yuck.
He's gonna come back with reinforcements.
True.
Fair enough. All right. I cast haste on Brynn.
Ooh.
That's deadly.
You get an extra attack as well, right?
He gets an extra attack and doubles his speed.
All right, then it'll be Brynn's turn.
Yikes. All right.
I'm down. Pelting him with arrows.
Well, I'm gonna have to chase him.
He still hasn't attacked.
Yeah.
He's taking an action though.
He's taking an action though.
Oh, I see.
Key there. So what are we? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 would get me here. And then I get double movement.
Yeah, you get like another 35.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many diagonals can I make? Just one?
Every second diagonal is double your speed, basically.
So this takes me to here with only a single diagonal in the first round of running and a single diagonal in the second. So I will go ahead and move there. And I'm going to hit him with a hunter's mark as well. Mark him up. Some crosshair action. And so how does this work? So I have an extra attack, and then haste gives me a third attack?
Yep.
Yeah, it gives you a third. Yeah.
Or does haste give
Attack.
me...
It gives you another action which you can use to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Yep.
So you can do it normally. Your move on your turn you can move, right? And you can do an action, and your action can usually be can be dashed to go your movement speed again, right?
Yep.
Then you can use your haste action to move again, right? To use your dash to move again.
Yeah. Now, the extra attack I have is you attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action. So would I essentially then...
No.
Like my first
This
attack,
this question is answered in the spell, right? It says when you use the attack action with haste, you only get one weapon attack.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So
Yeah, otherwise it would be like crazy OP.
Yeah, that's super crazy.
Three is still pretty good.
3 is still really good. So I'm going to go ahead and...
You could get 4 out of it if you had a bonus action for like offhanded attack.
Yeah. I don't have that.
Okay.
So with the bow, hit him with the old bow strike. So 19
Is a
plus
hit?
a D4 is going to be a hit. 8 plus 6 plus 4, 18.
All right, your arrow manages to catch him as he runs away.
Hit him with a 12. Let me roll a 1d4. 1d4.
Well, you have advantage, so it's
It's advantage.
Why
There.
that advantage?
Well, he's very fired
Still
for one.
very fired.
Yeah, he's very fired.
Very fired. Oh, well, there's a 20 then.
Don't
Take
forget
that.
your 1d4.
12 plus 3, 15, 19. So 18 plus 19. And then the next attack
Good lord.
Oh,
28.
right.
with that advantage.
Nice.
For 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 4 is 15, plus another 6 is 21.
Ryan, roll another d6 for your crit on the Hunter's Mark.
Roll what?
Roll another d6 for your crit on the
roll.
Hunter's Mark. On the Hunter's Mark.
Good call. 4.
Alright, so 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 4 is 15, plus 10, 25.
25.
Alright, the glowing Etten that's running away from you is looks very bloodied and has several arrows poking out of him, but he's still trudging through the forest.
I'm going to use my bonus action to dash to keep him in
Now,
my.
just to be
Oh,
clear,
I forgot you can
wasn't
do
your
that.
bonus action to put a Hunter's Mark on him?
Yes. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
No, doesn't Hunter's Mark automatically transfer when you kill the target of your Hunter's Mark from before?
Ooh, that sounds like it could be true.
I don't believe so, but let me look.
I think so. If so, it would already be on that dude because your previous target was killed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Previous target died. You can use a bonus action on the subsequent turn of yours to mark a new creature.
Well, he's kind of doing the same thing then,
Oh,
right? He's using a bonus action to...
Right, okay.
But give yourself back a spell slot if you would use a spell slot to do it.
I did use a spell slot, so I moved that back.
Let's be honest, you're going to catch up to this Etten and kill it, so... if you basically just have to say, I choose to continue chasing it, and we'll just say you get it, because it's not...
Ferociously hunt down this Etten in the dusky woods.
Alright. After you follow it for 200 feet alone, you find yourself surrounded by Ettens. And they all turn on you. And say, we're not really here. Just kidding. So you manage to take this Etten out, and you've rid the world of 3 giants who are minding their own business.
That's what they get for coming into non-giant country.
And now we have a sweet camp with already cooked mutton on hand.
Perhaps I could fashion their skin into some sort of clothing.
That is horrifying, Kelnozz.
Perhaps we should save their pelts in the portable hole.
They are far too human-like to be saving pelts.
Can we search their belongings and whatnot and see if there's anything useful on these foul beasts?
Make an investigation check.
Can we all do it?
Yep.
I didn't find a thing.
Take the first one. It was super laggy, so I clicked twice.
I choose the higher number.
All right. While Tharhun is searching the Etten who had told the other 5 to shut up, he finds a old, rusted...
Wouldn't that be unold?
God damn it.
Didn't I say that?
No, you said a old.
Doesn't really have anything to do with vowels, though, you know.
Yeah, because old starts with a vowel.
Yes, but
No.
wouldn't it be an honor to know the real reason why? Anyway. I actually don't know the real reason why. Tharhun finds an old rusted arrow that is obviously of Elven design. the rest of you find maybe 10 gold pieces among the giants, and each of them have large branches that have been fashioned into weapons. One has one of them has like huge spikes in it. It would be like a very large morning star, and some of them have very crudely made axes made out of stone. Other than that, they have dirty cloth pelts that they use to cover themselves, and not much more.
How delicious is the mutton looking?
It's badly charred.
Ooh. So, like, not edible?
It's edible. It's just not the finest cooked meal you've ever had.
Let's go back and make our camp. Brynn makes the finest quiches.
The world is a better place for being rid of the evil
Well.
giants.
This is the power of us ambushing them, as opposed to the opposite, which is the usual way it goes.
True.
Okay, so you guys are going to head back to the camp then?
Brynn, I'm most impressed by the way you relentlessly pursue your quarry. Here, I found this as a trophy for your kill. I hand him the elven rusted arrow.
Ooh, an elven rusted arrow. I appreciate your generosity, Tharhun. The world cannot be rid of giants as quickly as I would hope. But 3 less is 3 less going forward. Could be countless villages saved for those 3.
Do you want me to take a look at that arrow for you?
I would like someone to check this out. I'm hoping it's not cursed.
Well, we get back to camp, I guess, and I will identify it.
The arrow does not seem to be magical.
Oh.
No magic in this arrow. Perhaps it holds some other value, sentimental or otherwise.
Make a investigation check, though, Eikooc.
Okay. Oh, my moment to shine.
There you go. It's extremely old, and likely goes back to at least the Second Age, the Second Era.
I relay that information. Say, perhaps it is of great value to someone. Collector,
Indeed.
historian.
This is a worthy elven monument. No good in a giant's hands.
Arrow from the Second Age.
Take that, Eikooc.
What was that?
He said no good in a giant's hand.
Or an Etten, as the case may be.
I've become used to tuning out Brynn's blatant giant racism.
Giant prejudice.
Yeah.
We all-
In return for him not shooting me with his bow is really the reason. Because I know 6 seconds, and I would be dead.
Do you actually legit count as like that kind
I'm
of
not-
creature?
No, I'm not a giant.
Doesn't need
but
to. He's a humanoid.
I descend from. Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
We're all his favorite enemy. Um,
Humanoid really is the OP one to take. Like, unless you're only fighting undead for the whole campaign.
But I also descend from giants, so I kind of have like both problems.
Mm.
I'm also like 8 feet tall, so that's a thing.
Just like real life.
Yeah, play what you know.
Okay, well, when you guys get back to the camp, or is anyone going to keep watch overnight?
I'll take one of the watches.
I can do one as well.
Okay, let's get perception checks from both of y'all.
Yeah, there's crazy lag.
Yeah, mine lagged there too.
Alright, well, having cleared the area of any known threats, the night passes by without any significant event.
Very well.
So the day is your guys? It's yours?
We are battle-hardened travelers.
I believe we should continue to the foot of the axes.
Are you ready for the final leg of the journey? I can almost taste my freedom.
We are getting there. One step at a time. Dangerous woods these.
I wanted to discuss formalizing our agreement. Perhaps you could write something down and push it through the keyhole.
You don't trust us?
You are not the first person to use Ctenmiir.
Why haven't the other previous people gotten you out?
VP. Vampire prejudice. Need I say more?
Take a bite at a VP. Yeah.
I like your slogans.
Ctenmiir, I don't think we can release you at the entrance of the cave. I think we'll release you after we've shown that this cave is what you say it is.
And what do you think it is?
Well, why don't you tell us what it is? We'll verify that.
This
Shrewd
is
bargainer.
a secret passage to a hidden valley.
Full of dwarven magical items.
The valley or the tunnel?
Indeed.
I would not get my hopes up for great treasures in the tunnel. It is a passageway.
Okay.
But in the valley, there were great things of power there. And if they are still there, I think they are, then you will find your rewards. But I have not been there in 300 years, and so I can only speak for what used to be.
Well, what used to be there?
In the tunnels, there was nothing.
In the valley.
There was a place of great power, and a creature of great knowledge, besides me, of course.
What sort of creature are you talking about?
I am thinking that perhaps you don't know this creature. I could say a name and it would just be gobbledygook to you. But it is a very clever creature. And you will need to think of some very clever questions if you want to get into the valley. I will say no more. Unless I have a promise of freedom.
What do you think?
I
mean, we could just lie to him, right?
I think we're just as likely to get backstabbed by this vampire than we are.
VP strikes again.
And can we live with ourselves releasing evil into the world?
I am duty bound to remind all of you that I have taken a vow to destroy all undead.
That seems extremely prejudiced of you.
Correct, fiend.
I'm feeling triggered over here with all of this VP. You're not even disguising it.
I'll have
Perhaps you could use politically correct language.
I'll have your head severed from your body if I see you free. It is only because my allies seem to foolishly trust you that I even tolerate this.
Realistically, Ctenmiir, the reason we've kept you in the hole so long is so as not to unleash Tharhun on you.
Yes, it's for your own safety.
While we pander around letting you out, please understand, he would cleave you in twine.
I thought that I was with a group of adventurers and not a traveling circus.
Well, you thought wrong. We've always been a traveling circus.
I don't know what a circus is, but I can assure you that I take my vows very seriously.
Just think of the kind of monster who's never been to a circus, or doesn't even know what a circus is. That's what you're dealing with, Ctenmiir.
Did you vow to cower behind an iron curtain? Perhaps if you have such big words, you will have no fear. In a friendly duel.
Very well. Brynn, unleash him and let me end this fiend's existence.
Oh.
Should we not wait till we get to the valley? We can give a promise of releasing him now, and at least wait till we get to our destination.
But we could have another tertiary side quest of killing a vampire while we're here. How can you resist, Brynn?
Perhaps he has knowledge that we'll need to find the.
He has been quite helpful in the knowledge sector throughout this trip.
Very well. But just let me know when he starts obviously betraying you, and I will be ready to mete out swift justice.
I sense the fear in your voice, Tharhun. Don't worry, I was just joking. I would not hurt any of you. You seem like nice guys.
I won't fall for your tricks.
We'll give you some time to educate him on VP.
Yeah, I think that would
Maybe
be
you
a hard
could
sell.
maybe you could turn him around.
I fear the prejudice has taken deep roots in this generation. You've been raised on anti-vampire propaganda. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to talk to Ctenmiir about?
Well, it's just how can he explain that vampires who make up only 13% of the population commit 40% of the crimes?
Only 40%. Ah. When I was free, it was 100% of the crimes.
You mentioned questions that we'd have to come up with. Are we to answer the questions or
That
come up
is
with
the
some sort of
question.
riddle?
I see you've come to terms with the mental challenge in front of you, Brynn.
Well, it's a day-to-day struggle.
Well, we can keep him alive, right? Let's just make it to the tunnel.
Can I do like a, I don't know, Arcana or History check to just get a sense of like how strong vampire is? Like,
Make a religion check.
this might be better for Tharhun.
Well, anyone who would like to plumb their knowledge of vampires may make a similar check.
I think deeply on how much I hate and distrust vampires.
It's supposed to be a religion check, Scott.
Oh,
Well, we'll take
Wow.
the 17. What's your religion modifier?
my religion modifier. It's
Yeah.
actually +2, so
Okay, so we'll take a 19 there. So whereas Eikooc and Brynn really don't know too much about more than vampires than what would have been told to small children, Tharhun, you have a seemingly innate knowledge. I mean, you're not really sure how you know it, but you do have an instinct that vampires can be a large range of powers. Like a young vampire is likely not very powerful, but the older a vampire is, the more likely it is that it could be extremely powerful.
over 300 years old vampire. Perhaps we should keep him in that cask and wait until we find a way to secure his destruction safely.
Make an insight check there.
Okay. Insight check.
So your insight is that he's been saying a couple different numbers here. So whereas you don't really know what to believe in terms of his age, I wouldn't be. I don't think Tharhun is 100% convinced he's 300 plus, but he could be.
Okay.
All right, what are you guys doing from here?
I think we gotta keep making our way to the tunnel.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, then Brynn, if you're leading, then another survival check, please.
Ooh, not a great one.
you start leading your friends through the forest here, and although entirely sure about where you are the entire time, you mistakenly end up finding false paths and end up having to double back a few times before you end up finding the right path. And you guys travel forward better half of the day. Sorry. When you come across a group of men who are taking their rest along the road, along the path.
A group of men.
Let's murder them as well.
Oh god.
What can we...
You probably get about 60 feet away from them when you see them.
What can we perceive from these men?
Do they look like menacing? Do they like what's their general appearance from where we are?
Make a perception check.
Sorry, I always have advantage on, but take the first one.
Hmm. All right. Well, it's hard for you to see in terms of their intent or if they're menacing or not, but you can see that they all seem to be armed. They all seem to be wearing armor, but they're just talking amongst each other, resting. One of them does seem to be keeping watch. Are you guys going to be trying to keep low, or do you try to hide yourselves?
I think we should try to hide ourselves.
Yeah, until
Maybe
we
we
know
can
more.
hide and listen
We don't
in.
know. These might be prejudiced towards elves. We don't know enough about this traveling band of gypsies.
Okay, so you guys are going to stay hidden. Are you going to approach or go around, go away? What's your plan? Cast Fireball.
How far are they from us currently?
Let's see. 60
About
feet is where...
60 feet.
Yeah, it's, I don't know if that's right with the squares. 4, 6, back, forward. Oops. I'll make them visible in just a second and just move you guys back a bit. And they're essentially on the other side of the map. You can see there's about 13 of them. Or
Wow.
11. So, I need an answer. You guys staying hidden or not? If you're staying hidden, make a stealth roll. If you're not making any attempt to stay hidden, nothing is required.
Stay hidden.
Yeah, I think we should stay hidden. So let's roll some stealth rolls.
Chances are we're just gonna fail the stealth roll and be forced into.
God.
Yeah, we got Tharhun like a tin man over here or something.
Correct.
Well, they don't seem to see you guys as you gaze upon them and try to figure out what the deal is. What do you do now?
Why don't we try to creep up on them?
Try to listen to what they're talking about. Can we hear anything that they're saying?
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Saw the clinking of his armor.
You can't make out any words. A couple of them are chatting to each other, but at this distance, you can just see their mouths moving.
Just give me 1 second. I'm coming up with something. I have not yet. Oh yeah, okay. I don't want to do this. I'm not. I didn't mean to click that. I'm not doing that.
So what are you guys doing?
They kind of look like bare hands, just from the icons.
Can we see any of their like insignias or anything that would indicate who they represent or who they are?
Make a perception check.
Disadvantage or regular
Not if
type?
not if you're just trying to see something.
I'm trying to see if I notice any of the insignias or anything.
You can tell that none of them are wearing uniform clothing or armor, but you don't see any insignias one way or the other.
I don't recognize these men. Perhaps we should just speak with them.
Perhaps
That usually goes well.
just to disguise ourselves.
I do like a good old-fashioned disguise.
Maybe we should just turn back and find another way around.
I can use my old man disguise and pretend that I'm lost. And then you guys can, if they become hostile, you can attack them.
They will undoubtedly become hostile with your old man disguise.
My innocent old man surprise disguise?
Ah, your old man surprise, eh? Sounds risky. Why would an old man be wandering along this road well off?
Because I'm lost. This is a foolproof plan, Brynn. Very well. If no one has any better ideas, I don my disguise.
I will accompany him by donning Miat's hat.
Are you also going to be an old man?
Yeah, I'll dress up as a
I'll be back 1 second.
human man.
Human man. Yes, I will also be a human man.
All right.
Twins.
Twinsies.
Brynn briefly shines in pale blue light and takes on the appearance of an old, decrepit man. And Kelnozz does his best and, definitely makes himself look at least a couple years older. He's got some drawn-in wrinkles.
Does it look convincing
Put some
enough?
spider webs in his hair. You'll have to see.
That's how
Brynn,
dumb they are.
let's not take any chances here. I will burn a spell slot on this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Brynn, let's go.
Perfect timing.
Did we lose Brynn?
Yeah, but you're gonna do all the talking anyway, so.
Okay. So Brynn and we start to walk down the path, and I say,
One of them says, halt there! Go no
so
further!
I said to Maples, I says, oh, well, who goes there?
Come no further? We don't want any trouble.
Any trouble? Young man, do I look like trouble?
You see that guy look back to another person, and a man stands up and walks over and says, this is our camp. We don't have any food or water to share. Be gone.
I seem to have taken a wrong path. Are you gentlemen from around this area?
Why won't you give us your name?
Oh, well, how rude. My name is Old Man Jenkins.
Old Man Jenkins.
And this is my brother, right? I point over at Brynn.
They typically call me Jerry.
Old Man Jenkins was a really awkward name as a child.
I was mature for my age.
Well, we ain't no lost and found, so you'll have to shove off.
Well, I might be old-fashioned, but perhaps you could return the courtesy of introducing yourself.
Well, my name is Craig Smoke Show. These are me boys. That's Craig, not Greg.
Nice
Now
to
I
meet
wish
you.
you luck. He turns back and starts resuming.
Wait a moment. Perhaps you could tell me how to get back to
Doesn't seem
Garden
to hear
Hill
you.
from here. Would I have seen any insignias on him as he approached slightly closer?
He had no obvious insignias.
What do you think, Jerry?
Well, isn't this the road to Garden Hill?
That's what I
We
thought.
should just continue along it.
We've been walking for hours, though. Excuse us, gentlemen. We're just passing through.
Mayhaps you have any extra food for a couple of old men?
Craig already said we didn't.
Oh,
Now go through and be quiet about it. You don't
Greg,
want to make Smoke Show angry.
my hearing's a little off these days. I believe you said you did have some food. Or was that you did not have some food?
Can we speak to Greg again?
What did you say? What did you call me? Did you say Craig or Greg?
Which one is it? I'm so forgetful.
It's Craig with a C.
What brings you to this part of the path?
We've come to rob old men who ask too many questions.
Oh, what a joker, this guy. Bunch of hooligans, eh, Jerry?
Sorry, I missed what you said, Kev.
Oh, I just said there are a bunch of hooligans, eh, Jerry?
Absolutely. And little do they know, we are completely penniless.
Back in our day, young men didn't ambush old men on the highway.
Craig
Nor
Smoke
with
Show looks
small
around and
packs.
says, "Who's ambushed you? In fact, I've asked you to leave a couple times." But you are certainly testing our patience.
This age-based discrimination must end.
Perhaps you could point us in the direction of Garden Hill. I believe we're going on the right path. We have been walking for days, though.
He points behind you.
Oh,
I told you, Jerry.
you told me. I told you. I've been following you the whole time.
But I've been following you.
Seems we're in the same pickle we were in a month ago. Well, let's trust the kind fellows and be on our way.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Batty old codgers.
So let's recap.
You
What information?
hear Craig say, "Yeah, they were pretty intimidated by these guns." Says flexing.
Well, friends, we have some good news and some bad news. The good news is we didn't start up a ruckus. The bad news is we obtained zero information other than the leader doesn't like to be called Greg.
His name is Craig.
Oh, that was a valuable mission that you went on.
I used a level 3 spell slot for that. Level.
You could have tried asking questions other than, "Won't you please attack me?"
I was trying to figure out where they're from. Anyways, I think our only choice is to brutally kill them all.
Perhaps we can head back there still dressed as the old men, but with a couple of strong youngins with us.
Or maybe we can just go there as ourselves and see what happens.
We could
Also
find another path.
possibility. We did count quite a few of them.
Oh, this is an insurmountable task.
Trying to find a non-violent way to approach a group.
Yeah, I guess as a larger group, we could just try to walk through. We can be old men and just say we ran into you guys, and they told us Garden Hills is the other way. We don't want to blow our cover. All right, follow me.
Do you have your disguise still up?
Oh yeah.
All right. I guess we all head back together. Is that the plan?
Yeah,
And we're escorting you guys through to Garden Hills.
yeah.
But we're obviously lying to you in order to rob you or something.
Wait, okay, hold on.
Like
Who
what?
goes there? Oh, it's you two again. He has friends now.
It was along this road. The
These
road to
young
Garden
men-
Hill.
That's far enough. Halt.
Hail. May we pass through? We mean no trouble.
Make persuasion check.
We don't mean trouble.
I didn't ask you to make a deception check.
These young young men are bringing us over to their camp where we can spend the night.
They look at you very hesitantly. Their hands had gone to their weapons as you guys approached their camp so brazenly, but Craig Smokeshow says, "Let them pass. Keep an eye on them. Those two are up to no good."
Which two? The kindly old men or the dragon and the giant?
I'm not so sure you two are kindly.
We're simply trying to make it home. We keep walking in circles. However, these strapping young lads have agreed to take us to their camp for the night.
This forest can be a confusing place to the feeble-minded.
Indeed. How long have you been lost here?
I can't get lost. I always know exactly where I am. I'm sure you wouldn't understand that.
Yeah, Jerry, you get lost all the time.
I know a few raindrops myself. Those days are long past, though.
Jerry's too proud to ask for directions.
I guess we just walk through the middle of them.
We'll just walk through.
On the way through, as we pass by Craig, I look and I'm like, nice guns.
He gives you a very respectful nod. He flexes a little. Keep out of trouble, you guys.
Same to you.
We intend to.
No
Keep
trouble.
it together.
And we go through.
And now we kill them.
Make perception checks as you go through.
Ooh.
Oof.
Everyone but Kelnozz, as you guys exit to the camp, and you hear one of the men ask in a slightly too loud voice, and he says, "So, do you think we'll reach the tunnels tonight?"
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what to do with that information.
Are we out of earshot range in a few minutes?
If you keep walking, you'll be out of your
Okay.
shot range. Yeah.
Okay, so I wait for that and I say, I wonder if they were members of the mage army that tried to find the tunnel that we are. Or
Very
was it the
least.
mage army or was it some other army that was roughing that guy up?
It was the Royal Mage Army who supposedly has an Exi.
Oh, has an Exi. Well, these guys don't seem to have an Exi anywhere near them.
Whoever they are, they seem to be headed same direction, the same purpose as us. Let's get there first.
Indeed.
All right. So you guys continue on your journey here.
Did we notice if they had a map anywhere?
You did not see any maps during your quick walk through their camp there.
Okay.
What time of day is it? Are we gonna make it to the tunnels
You guys,
before nightfall? / are they?
Well, you're not sure about them, but are you guys going to travel for the rest of the day towards the tunnels, or?
Yeah, I think we should keep a good pace.
I think pretty much the race is on to get to the tunnels.
Okay, let's have a survival check from Brynn then for the.
Ooh.
Brynn has just been leading us in circles all session.
However, I've known exactly where we are at all times.
Are you able to use a luck point?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to use a luck point on that one. Now that there's a chase on. Just roll.
Another d20?
Yep. Survival. Oh, God.
Just
Literally, you have to click the button in the middle that says normal.
you just have to roll it, like type 1d20, like r/1d20. So we're going to take the 7, and now you get to choose which of these 3 numbers you get to use.
Which 3 numbers?
The 8, the 10, and the 7, since that would have been rolled first.
Oh, well, the advantage part I just keep forgetting to turn off, so it would have been 8 or 7.
Oh, yes. Well,
Right? Like 10
fair
and 22.
yes, that's fair enough, yeah.
Right?
Okay, so
I
with
guess
the
I picked
8,
the 8.
it takes you the better part of the rest of the day, and you wouldn't feel confident that in terms of a race that you took the fastest way there. The mountains of the axis of the sky have grown steadily closer as you near the end of your travel, making use of the old notes and maps from Anixi's journal. You've been traversing a thick band of woods. You've dealt with troublesome sprites and managed to completely bypass a very precarious bridge. Damn you, Kevin. But finally, the trees begin to thin out as you enter the rocky foothills of the range. Takes you a bit longer due to your tracking result and due to the kind of sketchy map that you have there. But after a few hours of searching, you find a cleft in the rock that leads to the start of a twisting tunnel complex. As you prepare to enter, you bid farewell to the world of life and light as you leave behind you. And we'll end that tonight.
Oof.